Good morning. This morning I asked Paul to do me a little favor. He makes his coffee the night before and sets it up, so he just has to push the button in the morning. I don't drink coffee in the morning. I drink tea, but I love iced coffee in the afternoon for a little pick-me-up. It's much cheaper than running to Starbucks or wherever they make coffee. I don't know. I don't do that, but I asked him to make me ice cubes from coffee. And when I make my iced coffee in the afternoon, whether I make it instant or he makes another pot for me, instead of watering it down with regular ice cubes, I use a coffee cube. Just pop a couple in your iced coffee, and as they melt, they infuse more coffee flavor into your iced coffee. It's a perfect win-win, and it saves so much money.
If the coffee's hot, you want to let it cool to room temperature before you put it in the freezer, just so you don't create a lot of ice inside the freezer. Just a tip.
Figured I'd start this video a little differently, give you a little cup of coffee to start the video. Those ice cubes are so good. Oh my goodness, I pop them into my iced coffee, but remember you're adding extra coffee and caffeine, so you may want to make your iced coffee a little bit lighter, but they just come out so good, and it'll save you a bunch of money not going through that drive-through to get your iced coffee. Just saying. So how's everybody doing today? We are doing well. It is full-blown summer here in New York, as you can tell by the hair. The humidity is way up. It's 90 degrees. We go from like winter to summer in like a couple days. I don't know how this works, but I just let the hair go natural. I can't fight it. It is just so humid right now. So I figured I'd just pin it up and hope for the best, and I know you guys don't judge me. So it is so good to have you here. My name is Emmy, and this is my channel, Frugal Money Saver. If you are new here, please click that subscribe button and become part of our Frugal family. We have so much fun here. Today's video is again a little bit of a montage, but what it's going to be based on now is summertime. I am going to show you how to make a cool, refreshing lunch, or you can even use it as a light dinner for sure. It's wonderful. It's a salad, but not with greens, so it's really good. And my husband is going to show you how to cut a mango, and we're going to make a mango dessert that is company worthy with like 2 ingredients, maybe 3 if you really want to get crazy. And I'm going to show you something to do with those pesky styrofoam trays you get meat in that they just fill up our landfills, but I can show you something you can use them for if you have a garden. And I'm also going to show you how to preserve a food. Actually, we're going to freeze a food that until recently I didn't know you could freeze. So stick around. We're going to have a great time. The first thing I want to start doing with you is take you out to the garden and just give you a quick clip on how our garden is doing and what we use those styrofoam meat trays for. Look at my evening primrose. They're open right now. They're so beautiful. Oh my goodness. These come up year after year and they spread beautifully. Okay, now we're going to walk down to our lower garden. We have gardens all over the place. And as you can see, we have a baby summer squash down there. And you know those meat trays we were talking about? What we do so the fruit doesn't rot is we gently lift them and we put the little piece of styrofoam. So it rests on the styrofoam so you don't have the rot of it laying on wet ground. And it is perfect. We can reuse them year after year, and we're getting, oh look, there's another little guy right there coming out, but he's not ready yet. But you don't want that fruit resting on the ground and rotting. Here's another garden down in our lower level. These are pumpkins. We have a baby pumpkin patch. So these big ones are jack-o'-lanterns, and we don't have any flowers yet, and I know you in the south probably have pumpkins already, but we're a little behind, but they're doing beautifully. We're so thrilled. These are just your basic jack-o'-lanterns, and then over here, these again were all started from seed. And these three littler ones, my niece grew for me from seed from a blue pumpkin that we had gotten in Amish in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. And they are just doing great too. It's a different plant though. It's like a little more compact. So I am excited to have these grow. There's nothing better than Emmy loves than a pumpkin. I think pumpkins and gingerbread men, I think I've told you that before, but these are just beautiful. Look at them. So just wanted to share a little pumpkin patch with you. Does anyone know what these little guys are called? They're beautiful little pink flowers and they're popping up all over. If anybody can tell me what they are, that would be great. I'm so proud of this garden. When I think I started everything from seed, I'm just like, what? So, and I know you guys can do the same, you know, even if you do a little windowsill herb garden, it saves so much money and you don't have to buy it. Seeds are the way to go. And now what I want to do is I want to give you a little food preservation tip. I'm going to show you how to freeze eggs effortlessly. And then how to use them, because we're going to freeze them individually, and how to use them in cooking, in recipes for scrambled eggs. So here's a peek. Paul and I have just been in the kitchen and running around outside today, right? We've been doing a little bit of everything.
Oh yeah, a little gardening, a little making ice cubes, coffee cubes.
So what we're trying to do is get everything done before the heat of the day kicks in. So what I'm going to do now is show you how to freeze eggs. And yes, you can freeze eggs, and they are amazing in scrambled eggs, in recipe, anywhere you would use regular eggs. The only thing you can't do is like fry them sunny side up because you have to scramble the yolk a little bit. But this is all you do. You just take a cupcake tray, muffin tin, and gently butter it or spray it, whatever you have, but you know I don't use the spray. So, and then just break the egg into the cup, just like this, and you can do as many as you want. But if you have eggs, an overabundance, and you've bought them on sale, which right now I know a lot of us are doing, we see a great price, we want to grab them. You don't want to be without eggs ever, because it's like such a necessary ingredient in so many recipes. So when they're on sale, you want to grab a couple dozen. Now once you have your eggs in your muffin tin, you have to gently scramble the yolk. The reason for that is once the yolk is frozen, it does become a little bit tough. And if you leave it whole and then defrost it and try to mix it, it is just going to be tough. It's going to be very gelatinous. So just give a quick little stir. Now, why don't I do it all together in a big scrambled egg bowl and then just put the scrambled eggs in? I don't like to do that because if I need a recipe, I want to know it's a whole egg I'm putting in. And they're super easy to defrost, so I'm going to put this in the freezer and then I'll show you what we do with them next. Here are the eggs frozen. What you want to do is let them sit out for maybe 5 minutes just to loosen them. And then as you see, they pop right out. And you have individual eggs. So here they are individually frozen in a bag, and what you're going to do is put them back in the freezer. Let's say a recipe, you're making a cake, it calls for 2 eggs. You're going to take 2 of these out, defrost them in a bowl covered with plastic in the refrigerator, and they're great to go. Scrambled eggs, you need 6 scrambled eggs. Take them all out, put them in a bowl, let them defrost in the refrigerator, scramble them up, and they're as good as fresh cracked egg. So this is a great frugal tip. Until recently, I did not know you could freeze eggs like this. And now when they go on sale, I will do a whole tray of them and just keep them in a plastic bag like I showed you. Works out perfectly. What I want to do with you now is show you a little recipe. This is for a cold rice salad. Oh my goodness, it is so delicious. You add tuna to it, or you can leave the tuna out, but with the tuna, it becomes a meal. It is so good. You serve it cold. It makes a wonderful light lunch. You add hard-boiled eggs, or it makes a great dinner, especially this time of year. And then we're gonna go right into Paul's mango presentation. First, we have 2 hard-cooked eggs right here, and we dice those up. This is a cup of frozen peas that I just ran under water to just defrost them. And I have a stalk of celery here, cut up and chopped. We're gonna need some relish, some good stone ground mustard, a can of tuna, and let me see how many ounces this is, and a 4-ounce can of tuna. And then over here, I have a half a cup of mayonnaise, and I have a cup of cooked rice, which would be a half a cup uncooked. Please make sure you cook your rice ahead and let it get cold. It just separates so much better. So here you go. You got a cup of cooked cold rice, and to that we're going to add a half a cup of peas defrosted from the freezer, 2 hard cooked eggs chopped up, and 1 stalk of celery cut up. I'm going to add the half a cup of mayo. This comes out so delightful. I'm going to put in my 4-ounce can. I'm using solid white tuna in water. I believe it's in water. Yep. Okay, and we're gonna just break that up a little bit. This is so good. I know it seems like an odd combination, but the flavors. To that, we're going to add about a tablespoon of sweet dill. This is actually home-style dill relish, but you can use sweet relish or dill relish, whichever you prefer. About a tablespoon. Some good mustard, about a tablespoon of that, more to taste, however you want. And then I'm going to add some fresh cracked peppercorns. And then we're just going to mix this together. Now this is going to make enough for 4 servings, no problem. And it comes out so well. What you're going to do is put it in the refrigerator and let all these flavors come together. And like, oh, Dixie loves this too. And that's all there is to it. You can serve it, with a green salad. It's just taking tuna and rice and making a meal. It's super economical, super delicious, and it actually puts a twist on your basic potato and macaroni salad. I will link the recipe below, but I promise you, you will not be disappointed. So, bon appetit. I enlisted Paul's help with this part of the video. He cuts a mean mango. I did a video with him doing this over a year ago, and I don't know how many people got to see it way back then. I have so many new subscribers. I asked him if he would be so kind to demonstrate again. It's called the porcupine method, and you'll see why. And then we're going to make a simple, cool, refreshing dessert with the cut up mango. So?
Okay, I hope I can get this one right. The mango has a funny shape to it. Once you find the right side, you could take your knife and cut straight down, and you'll miss the pit. The pit is a funny shaped, long looking thing, so this is how I do it. Carefully. There
That's
we go.
a beautiful mango. Look at that color.
And now I score, not all the way through. I try not to go all the way through. I make a couple scores.
It's much different than the mangoes we got in the winter, isn't it? Look at them.
Yeah. And once you do that, you just kind of like go inside out.
And it looks like a baby porcupine.
Look at that thing, huh? And then you can go in and just trim, and the fruit falls right off, ready for you to eat.
Here's the beautiful mango paw cut up. So that's just one mango, and you can see how much we got. Now, all you have to do for this simple dessert, first of all, fresh mango served to company is beautiful and lovely and healthy. But if you want to take it up just a little bit, what I did was I took some strawberry preserves, and what I did was gently heat the strawberry preserves. Now, you can use raspberry, you can use any kind of preserves you want. And then just spread them out in a little circle on the plate, just to give this a little pizzazz. Like I said, fresh fruit is amazing on its own, especially a tropical fruit like mango. But if you just want to make company think you took an extra hour when you really didn't, it's only like 2 minutes. And then all you do now is take the mango and put it on top. And the presentation, first of all, is beautiful. Just the red with the yellow, just such a tropical look. And again, any kind of preserves you like. Now, you want to go one step higher, you can we grow mint in the garden. So what you could do is just gently put 2 little mint leaves, or if you really want to, just a tiny little bit of whipped cream. And 2 mint leaves. It's beautiful, it's elegant, it's refreshing, and it looks like you put some thought into it. And oh my goodness, how delicious is the strawberry with the mango. Mango alone works for me, but if you want to elevate it just a little bit. Well, I hope you had a good time with this video. We had so much fun making it. Again, spending the day with you, showing you little tips, tricks, hints that just saves you money in the long run. And remember, every penny saved counts. Don't think these are things that are just so small they're not going to make a difference, because they do over time. Those little pennies add up to nickels, dimes, quarters, dollars, and so on. Remember that. It's so important that we be good stewards of our money. So until our next video, leave me a comment down below. Tell me your tips for the summertime. What do you do to save money during the hot weather? I would love to know, because I love to learn from you guys as well. And give this a thumbs up. It helps us so much. Subscribe if you haven't already. We're almost up to that 1,000 mark, so hit that subscribe button. We love you so much. And until our next video, well, you know we wish you blessings. Bye-bye.